we've been wanting to shoot this video for a little while.
We have.
This one today, we are looking at the BuddiHEX, Hexbeam antenna, which is a portable antenna, and we've got it in this nice looking SportTube.
It's a pretty flash looking bit of transport casing.
Yeah, so this antenna comes from BuddiPole in the United States. So I got one of these out thanks to Chris from BuddiPole for sending this one out as well. It took a bit to get it here.
Could imagine.
Customs getting it into Australia was interesting. So if you're thinking of getting one of these, I'd recommend that you get a shipping forwarder that's going to sort out all of the duties and all of the import tax and everything, because it was a real pain. Basically, you can take this away on a de-expedition with you quite easily by packing it all up onto this, and it's not really that heavy. It's actually relatively light for an antenna anyway. I think it's about 20 kilos or something, so it'll fit in the checked luggage quite easily. This antenna's 20 metres, 15 metres, 12 metres and 10 metres, I think.
Sweet.
4 bands. And 6 metres, 5 bands.
Oh, nice.
6 metres. All right, so let's open it up and we'll see what's inside.
Sure.
All right, so what do we got? We got 2 bags, 2 nice looking felt bags.
Very nice.
So one has the mast, which is the MastWERX, so I got the 7 metre pole, and the other one's got the antenna in it, so I'm not sure which one.
I think this is the mast one.
So that's the mast one. So this is basically the pole which comes with the guys and everything.
Yep.
So we can set that up to
it's like a little carry strap for the bags.
Yep, to mount the antenna on. That's right. And then we've got this one, which is the Hexbeam itself. Yep.
Oh, so you get levelish.
Yep. So setting up the mast here, and you've got a little bubble leveler to level it up, and looks like you've just gone past the mark. Back. So what you're doing is there's a top adjustment. There's also some adjustments here for the legs as well, so you can use that to level it out. So we've now spread out the mast, and we've got that all locked in, and I think that it's relatively level. So now what we can do is we can set up the Hexbeam on top. I think what they do is to recommend doing the guys first with this.
Okay.
So what we do is we put on the guy plates and then run the guys out.
Yep.
And then what we'll do is if we put it up to height, and then that way when we lift it back down, we just build and put the Hexbeam on top, and then we don't have to worry about putting up guys later on. So that's probably the way to go. Tricky's looking at the destructions.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So to make sure that we're doing it right, what we do is undo the Velcro strap which keeps all this together, which is easier said than done. It's pretty intense.
I'll reduce the jokes about Velcro.
What jokes did you have about Velcro? There we go. So these are like fishing poles. Not fishing poles, tent poles. So what we'll do is, if we pop these out...
they just clip together, They
just clip together, and each one comes with a set of, you can see here they're tied together, these guy, or these tensioning ropes.
Okay.
So if I undo those, so there's one, pop this one apart. So it all sort of snaps together so that it can all go back in the bag quite nicely for transport and for storage. So you don't have to, worry about trying to find all the bits because they're all attached.
It's a good idea doing it like that.
So if we start to spread these out, and the good thing is because we're filming it, we can watch it in reverse, so we know how to put it all back together again.
It's like when you unpack a lot of things, getting it back the same way is often difficult.
Have you ever had that where you've opened up a transceiver, brand new transceiver, and then you go to put it back in the box and you can't get it back in the box?
It's just, how do they get all this stuff in here?
Because it doesn't go back in.
It's like the polystyrene expands or something. And just...
This is the hub.
Okay.
Now, the hub attaches this way, so the bottom of the hub is here for attaching on top of the mast.
Yep.
And you can see the ballon's already attached here. It's actually this is a BNC connector as well.
Okay.
So that's attached and ready for putting your coax on. But each of these binding posts are different colours, and they correspond to the colours
the colours on the spreader.
on the spreaders.
Yep.
And then there's also wires which correspond to these colours too. So it starts from the bottom. You've got 6 metres, 10 metres, 12 metres,
12 metres.
15 metres, 12 metres, 15 metres, and 20 metres.
20 metres, yep.
So what we do is we put these spreaders, we'll pull them out, we attach them to the bottom of the hub, spread them out, and then they've got these tensioning ropes which are at the top, and then they go into the top half of this assembly here.
Yep.
To just bring the tension up, and then that traditional
like
hex beam.
Yep. No.
Hex beam thing.
So there shouldn't really need to be any adjustment. They should be almost at a right length, perhaps.
That's right. And then there's also a small tensioning bit of rope for when it's all been put together, just to make sure that it all holds itself together quite well. So these are the arms, and what we do is we pull these apart the same as we do with tent rods. And then what happens is they go in to the ends of here and just snap in like that. And then we get the next one, they go in there.
How about that?
What we do is, so that's the end.
Yep.
So that end sticks out here. This end basically goes into the bottom of the hub, like that.
Yep. And then the other end that will loop up and.
Yep. And because these all rotate round.
Yep.
My cameraman's not that good today.
No, sorry.
They all rotate round, so it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not like you need any sort of orientation, because you can move these around. So what we'll do is we'll put all of these in, and then show you the next tensioning process of how they actually all go together. Because there's 2 tensioning bits of what are they, like twine, or not twine, cord, and one goes to the top, and then the next one goes to each element subsequently round to get the tension.
If you compare this to your normal link dipole that you put up when you go portable, this is a substantial commitment in time and effort.
Well, this is something that you'd put up, not if you were operating for like half an hour. You'd obviously...
Oh, this is directional.
Directional.
A driven element and a reflector?
Yep. And it's a 2-element beam. So
on 4 bands.
The gain, there is, I can't remember what the gain is, a couple of dB or something like that. Similar to a Moxon, but it's not. They're not straight elements. They're folded in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sort of like a W.
Yeah.
It sort of goes like, if you can imagine where these bits go, the element will go from there to there to there to there, and then there's then halfway between it there's like a gap. So that's one element. And then the other element goes sort of that way.
So
hang on, we'll just get a bit of a close up of you actually.
Yep.
Clicking that in there.
So you can see I just push that in.
Yep.
Push the wire in like that, and then just grab the toggle down the bottom to make it horizontal.
Oh, okay.
So you can see there.
Yep.
To just hold it in. And then we go around and do the next one. If it helps to build it on the ground, you can build it on the ground. You can put it on the tripod. There's heaps of ways you can do it. Whichever way is easiest for you. Okay, so now that's up. So we've got,
get back and get a bit of a look at that.
We've got the traditional looking hex beam type look now. The problem is there's no tension between these still move.
Yep.
So then what we do is we get the next one, the next wire here, and these come around and you go in a clockwise formation, and they clip into the bottom of here.
I'll give them those nice little round doodads.
Yep. Bang. Then we come round, do this one. Bang. So the oops we had was we had these round the wrong way, which was the tension wire. So the BuddiHEX logo is facing up, and then the top of that then goes to the center hub. Then you go around I said clockwise earlier, anti-clockwise this time because you've changed the orientation of that, and you go and put them all together. And we did end up putting it on the ground because it was a bit annoying to be able to reach up that high. So now the next stage is to put on the wires, basically.
Okay.
So we'll start off with the wires which are for the 6 metre band down the bottom. So they're
so they'll attach to the...
So they'll attach to here, to these black ones. So that's the...
That's where they're colour coded up there where they attach.
Yep.
And you've got
So
the bell on the top.
if we come over to our wires, so you can see, so we've got on the plastic there, we've got black, grey, yellow,
blue.
red, blue, green.
Yep.
So they're all for the different bands. If you want to, you could put labels on them, but you don't really need to.
I think just follow the colour code.
Just follow the colour codes and you'll be right. So basically unwind them from the winders, whichever end you unwind it from. Which, typical, I picked the wrong end, didn't I?
50-50.
Yeah. so you got one half of the wire, so here is, which terminates into the middle of the hub, and then it goes around, and then you got this spreader.
Okay.
So you've got the driven element.
Yep.
Or one half of the driven element. Then this is your reflector.
Reflector, yep.
Reflector wire.
Then you've got your other little
Then you got your other
springy bits.
Your other spacer.
Yep. Then
And
the
then
other
you've
half
got
of your driven element.
Other half of the driven element. So then what we do is we come on here and attach this to our driven element like that, and then come up to here, and you can see how they've got these little clips and they've got these stoppers.
Yep.
So basically the clip faces downwards. You put your wire in to the clip, which you can do on top, and basically you then go around. So you go now to the next one. So that's clipped onto the bottom. Next one, clip on there.
Obviously they'll all just eventually end up on the inside, yep.
Yep. And of course it's all been pre-cut, so it's not like you don't need to trim the frequency. So they're all going to be the right length. But what we've done is then made our way back to
the other side.
Back to the other side. Now some of them will be a little taut. So, and because we've only just got the wire out of the pack, see there it's probably a little bit
Perfect.
It's probably a little bit loose on one side than the other, but just go back around and
just sort of equalise them all a little
yeah,
bit.
because the wire's not straight, it's just been unpacked. But this is the first time we've been doing it.
The good thing is that these little spots here are predetermined, so you notice once they all come in, they're the same distance away.
Yep. So the way the antenna works is, see this gap here in the middle where we've got no wire?
Yep.
This is the direction the antenna faces. So because this is a directional antenna, so we've got the reflector around the back, and then you've got the driven element here at the front. So that when we get it up in the air and we start to rotate it, we know where we should be pointing. Just know that there's no wire in this bit here, and that's the direction that you want to be facing. The last bit that we need to do, and I'll just get you to come in here, Tricky, and have a look. So basically, you're supplied with this bit of cord, which you could actually use this to find where the front of the antenna is, because it's actually quite visible.
It's actually quite bright, yes.
So this goes on the outside of the 10 metre element. So you've got the 6 metre, which is the black one. So this is in this section that's open.
Yep.
And basically you go round and then back through like that. And now the job that that's doing is keeping this a constant tension, because otherwise these can move in like this. So put that on both sides, and now we're ready to attach our coax.
Good work.
All right, let's get the radio going.
Robert's your mother's brother.
What?
Robert's your mother's brother.
Is she?
Yeah,
is
Bob's
he?
your uncle.
Oh, I don't have an uncle named Bob.
Oh. Probably won't be anything until we get down to the FT8.
A few signals on 20.
Wow.
Well, that's Paul VK5 PAS already.
See you later, mate. Have fun. Good
Should we tune up?
Yeah.
VK7HH testing. Yeah, 1 to 1. So that's good.
Victor Kilo 1, Oscar, contest. VK10, contest.
VK10. Reckon there's any one on
On 10?
on 10? Oh, look at that signal.
The upper way, that's the...
Look at the signals on 10 metres. There's lots of them.
South-east
Wow.
corner of South Australia.
South Australia?
That's it. Line for... And this little fellow was given to me as a present, and I didn't...
It's working pretty good.
It's
That's hearing better than what we're hearing there on the type hole.
Maybe we'll call CQ and see if we can get anyone. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ on 10 metres and listening.
Victor Kilo 5, Yankee.
Victor Kilo 5 Yankee, good afternoon. How are you? I gather you're in the contest at the moment. I'll give you a number if you tell me what I need to give you. We're just testing a portable antenna here at the moment, just outside of Hobart, over.
Hayden, you're booming into Littlehampton and the Adelaide Hills. I'm running a Hexbeam here in the Adelaide Hills. I'm picking up America on 10. It's quite nice.
Oh, right, eh? Oh, okay. We might need to rotate around to the east then and see if we can get in on that action as well. CQ, CQ, CQ. Victor Kilo 7 Hotel Hotel Portable. Victor Kilo 7 Hotel Hotel Portable. Calling CQ and listening. November 1 Charlie Lima Charlie. I got you there. You're a 5x1, 5x1, 5x1 QSL.
Roger. I got you at about a 5.2, 5.2, 5.2.
QSL on the 5.2, 5.2. Is that Ham Ninja over?
And 1 CLC. I got the badge, QRS coming in.
Yeah, QSL, I've got your QSL. Thank you for the contact, over.
And there's a trial line of rubbish here. Uniform Sierra Yankee, KK6 USY.
KK6 USY, g'day Chuck. 5 and 5, 55, 55, QSL.
Copy that, you are a 5 and 3, 5 and 3, over.
Yeah, QSL there, Chuck, good stuff. Good to work here for the first time, mate, over.
Yeah, is this Hayden?
Roger. QSL.
VK7HH from Kilo Charlie 5, Hotel Whiskey Bravo.
Kilo Charlie 5, Hotel Whiskey Bravo. Oh, that's you, Jason. Hello, you're a 5x1, 51 QSL.
Hey, Hayden, what's up, buddy? Yeah, you're coming through out here. We're at Quartzsite, Quartzfest in Arizona. We got some RFI in here right now, but you're down in the noise, probably about a 5x2 QSL.
QSL, the 5x2, Jason, 5-1. No worries on Quartzfest. Good stuff. Yeah, got the BuddiHEX. Got the BuddiHEX going, over.
Yeah, Roger. We got several guys out here, so it's pretty cool. We can get you on 10 meters. We're trying to track down the source of the RFI right now, so I might try you back here in a second because if we can eliminate it, I can hear you better.
Roger, I'll be around for a little while. I'll keep listening, over.
Roger. Hey, buddy, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming back. Good out here in Arizona, USA, QSL.
QSL.
Hey, Hayden, are you there, Hayden? NJ7V here. Hey there, Hayden. You're fading out. I didn't hear really anything other than confirmation that you heard me. Come again, this is November Juliet. Not copying you very well. I'm going to give you a 2x2, and probably call it good here. I'm going to listen one more time, see if I can hear my signal report, and then if not, I'll just call it good. But I'll listen one more time here, Hayden. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL, the 2x2, QSL. My report, 4x1, 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 41, 4x1, 4x1, 41, 41. QSL.
Have a good time out there, you Kiwi.
Oh, hey, bro.
Roger, 73. Thanks, Charlie, 73.
I'm hearing you on 35.
QSL, Frank, 35. QSL, I give you 4-1, 41, 4x1, QSL.
Thanks for the contact, man. I'm glad I think we got it. One more time. Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, Frank. Yes, QSL, the 3-5. I give you 4x1. QSL, thanks, mate. Tank radio. All right, what we'll do is we're listening to some stations on 20 metres. So now let's just rotate the antenna around and just see how much it drops off. So you control the volume there, Tricky. And we're pointing roughly towards them, so we'll go the opposite direction. So what signal is that at the moment?
It's about averaging S5.
S5? All right, we'll go the other way.
All right, mate, I'll leave you with it, and we'll start packing up and take off, I think. So, yeah, have a good weekend, and yeah, we'll catch you when we get back. VK4BS, VK4LEW.
Drop right off.
So they're gone.
About gone? So basically we're pointing in the opposite direction. So the front to back ratio of the antenna is really good. And if we come back around,
Yeah, cheers, James. I'll take it easy this weekend.
That works.
All right, mate.
so he's right up. So
that's
that's pretty impressive for the front to back ratio anyway.
That was a significant amount of front to back.
Yep.
They're both gone now. That was very lucky, but
Yeah, that was a good test.
Kilo 7 Hotel. I think that's you there, Hayden. G'day, mate. VK2LQ. Paul this way, 59QF56.
Yeah, QSL on the 5.9 QF56. I give you 5.9 from QE37.
QE37 with a 5.9. Good on you, mate. Good to see we're making it down to your neck of the woods on 10 metres.
let's have a listen and see how the club station is hearing it.
Okay,
in comparison.
So basically we've got a station on 28.475, and we'll go into the club rooms here because we've also got a radio set up in here, and this is just, what's the antenna here? It's like a Bushcom wire antenna, isn't it?
I think it is, yes.
Yep. All right, so let's see. So he's 5.9, genuine 5.9 out there. So let's have a look on 28.475.
CQ contest, CQ Australia Day contest, CQ contest, Victor Kilo 2LQ.
So he's about a 5x7 on there.
Yep.
So now let's go back out to the Hexbeam. 5.9 peaking, probably peaking 20 over. A little bit quieter as well, this antenna.
That's right.
Than the wire. So the wire antenna is just, I don't know if you can see it, it's just strung up over there to that tower.
Yeah, it's one of those Bushcom 3 wire.
Yeah. So yeah, that's working pretty well.
You have to be happy with that.
Well, we were just about to pull the antenna down, and now we're hearing Japan. So maybe we'll just postpone that for a minute.
So VK2 India Japan Sugar. This is Juliet Hotel 4 Mike Tango Echo. Very weak, and so.
What do you think of the antenna?
Look, I think it went together remarkably well. We made a small oops, but I don't think.
But of our own admission,
that's right.
Of our own admission,
We didn't read the manual.
We didn't read the manual. So
but it went together. It was reasonably logical the way it's done with colour codes.
Yep. And I reckon if we were to do this again, it would take us about half the time because we were sort of messing around a little bit, and we had a few other things that we had to do, distractions. So it probably took us about, I don't know, about an hour and a half total.
No, look, the results are really good, and again, you certainly wouldn't set it up for a 5-minute trip, but if you were going to be portable for a couple of hours, and the bands are open, it's great. The signals we're hearing into America are fantastic.
We've just turned on and we've worked America on 10 metres voice. We can hear Japan.
On 10.
We can hear all over VK.
Yep.
So that's
Did we work the guys in VK4 yet? No, we heard the guys.
No, we heard them. They were on 20 metres. There's a couple of stations on 15, but it's relatively quiet in this part of the world on those bands. But I'm sure if we tuned around, we'd be able to hear some. But
no, look, I think it's an awesome, and I'm really impressed. Even though it's easy to do, the way that you can rotate it.
Yeah.
It's just something that normally whenever you erect an antenna like this, to have all the guides and stuff, and then to be able to rotate it is
we had a couple of trials with it. The only things were, which was probably a fault of our own. The first one was we think that the coax that we're using's got a bit of a bad connector at one end.
They've got a couple of adapters in line,
so that's probably one issue. The other issue I think is we put the guy wires on before we put the antenna on, which is always recommended. But we did have a problem where when we went to raise it all, it actually changed because we'd lowered it down and then we'd adjusted some, like the legs and stuff. So that caused a bit of a problem with doing that. And then it sort of swung in the air a little bit.
Also, the wind got up a bit too, just at that particular time.
Yeah, it's always
the wind
typical.
Got up, which was a bit...
The wind always picks up at the wrong time. So what we've done is the top section where the hub is, we actually haven't extended that because that's the thinnest part. So we haven't done that, which we should really read the manual. That's probably the main thing that we should do. We should have read the manual, but that's okay. It's up in the air now. Yeah.
Guys, reading manuals.
We don't read manuals. The other issue that we had too was that, and this was my fault, we put the tensioners around the wrong way. But now we know it should be easy to put together next time.
I think so. And it's pretty easy to remember too. The lettering Buddy pole goes up.
BuddiHEX, it goes up, yeah. But apart from that, like pretty directional. Like we weren't hearing anything from the US until we started pointing that way, and that's like over out this way.
And we were able to peak up. So
there's a couple of others.
Pretty good signals on 10.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet here, and that's the good thing is when you can get out portable, it's going to be nice and quiet. The other thing is we're not sure, and I need to actually check with the guy from Buddy Pole. I think one of the guy spreaders, we need to ask him if we got the right one.
Yeah, it looks like we might have got the two guy spreaders for the shorter mast, perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah. But we'll check with him. It might be right. It might just be us, but
operator error.
Probably more than likely us. But this is a good antenna. I don't know. I'll put the link in the description below because obviously the price could change, so I won't say what the price is on here at the moment. But all the prices are in US dollars, and if you're looking again to import this elsewhere, make sure that you check the import charges because they were a bit insane. We're probably going to use this for our next Parks Day. Check out my Parks on the Air activations that I've done over here. They're these 2 videos. It was a whole lot of fun, so we're going to have fun with this more for some more Parks on the Air. So check those out. 73, thanks for watching.